Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video counting down my top 5 best, or in my opinion, what are the best strategies to survive a zombie apocalypse we have seen so far used by groups in The Walking Dead. And this was a viewer requested topic. Spoiler warning for those who are worried about me spoiling things from the Walking Dead comic book series, since this is applicable to both the TV series and the comic book series. We're going to be focusing on the different groups, and I've come up with a list of 5 different types of strategies which the groups use in order to survive in the zombie apocalypse. From worst to best, let's count them down. First, at number 5, we have a strategy that we have seen a few groups employ, including Tyrese early on with his group. We also had the prisoners who were able to survive for a little while. Gabriel, of course, as seen here, he survived for a long time simply by hiding. I mean, it's, you just hide. If you have enough resources, if you have a big enough place, you can just kind of ride out the storm, at least for a while. Now, that said, it's not a permanent solution. Eventually, no matter what you have, you're going to run out of supplies. You will have a finite amount, and you're going to need to leave sooner or later, no matter where you are hiding, no matter where you are staying. We've seen a number of different groups, as I mentioned. Also, I would include Dawn's group in this, the strategy they use, which was kind of a hybrid of some of these, but for the most part, they were hiding as well, too, in a secure location where the zombies couldn't get to them, and just kind of riding out the storm. So works for a while, not forever, fairly effective, at least while you can do it without running out of resources. And next, better than hiding, because like I said, you're going to run out of resources fairly quick. The next strategy, which is all about resources really, is take. Now, this is one that we saw from the governor, of course, used with Woodbury, and then again, even with his second group, he started to do this as well, which is basically the pirate strategy. You could also think of it as steal, but just basically take everything. Take everything, take anything that you can get your hands on from anybody that is weaker than you, and in some cases, even going after groups that are tougher than your own group, which of course you can't know until you start to mix it up with them. It's a decent strategy. It can work just so long as your group is tough enough. Because you're taking from everybody else, you'll probably have better weaponry than they will, of course, because you're stealing, you're taking from everyone you can. But dangerous, because each time you take, there's always risk involved. You don't exactly know who you're taking from. Yes, you can initiate on them. They might not expect it. Yes, most of the time that will probably work, but eventually you could run into a group where it doesn't, and then you could be involved in a very dangerous war. At number 3, we have a strategy which has been used by pretty much the saviors, led by Negan. I can't really think of too many other groups that have done this so far, but that is Intimidate. Assimilate to a degree, so you build up your numbers to make a strong enough group, and then basically intimidate or bully other surviving groups into paying up to you. So you leave them alive. You don't just take everything they have. You might take their fighters and force them to fight for you. Or kill them, or they die, so they don't have much of a choice, because of course you will have the advantage against them because your group is bigger. And then you basically use these smaller groups to feed up to you, through intimidation. They don't really have much of a choice. You'll just kill them if they don't, and you can get them to pay you, let's say, half of what they have in terms of resources, like food, water, supplies, any ammunition, guns, weapons they find, pay up. With Negan's savior's strategy, Intimidate. The danger with this one, of course, is if you have enough groups that you're intimidating, they end up joining together, they end up fighting back against you, you could be involved in a dangerous situation where you actually end up losing control, which is what we got to see in the comic book series. And next we have a strategy I'm going to refer to as Become at number 2. This is, of course, used from the comic book series Whisperers. We haven't really seen the TV series yet. However, several members of the survivors of Rick's group have actually used this strategy here and there. You can also call it the guts trick, so to speak. But that's only short term. The Whisperers, of course, employ this strategy all the time, straight through. They don't stop. They don't take breaks. They become. And what it is basically you camouflage yourself 100% so you don't have to worry about zombies, and you actually use them to your advantage. You can live within, among them. You can wear zombie flesh. They will not attack you because they see you as a zombie themselves. You can push them in directions, and you can steer herds towards other groups. You can take what they have, and you can basically survive by becoming. And at number 1, of course, we have the strategy which is used by Rick and the survivors in the survivors group, which is the official name of the group, which is Assimilate. So basically what you do is as you go through, as you're surviving the zombie apocalypse, you, through love or through kindness, you join with others. You know, as you can see here in this picture, how many do we have here that were in the initial group? Not many. If you look at Michonne, you look at Maggie, Tyrese, and then of course all the other characters we have now in the show, most of them have been assimilated on afterwards. So they're not the initial surviving group. They are characters that have joined with the group and brought their skills into the group to allow the group to prosper and survive longer. I'm talking about characters like Herschel, for example, who taught Rick how to farm. Extremely useful skills which he can teach others to grow food later on and survive in the long term. Also, because you're assimilating, you're adding members a lot. You're adding members often, which keep your numbers up, keep them happy, get more skills, more diversification in your group, and more ability to fight off other groups as you run into them. Should you run into a group like Negan's group, which is going to intimidate you, or the governor who's going to try to steal from you, hopefully through assimilation you will have enough members of your group that care about the group enough to want to fight back and defeat these other groups that are led out of fear rather than out of love. Okay, so those are my top 5 strategies which one can use as a part of a group in a zombie apocalypse or The Walking Dead to survive in the long run, the long term. So let me know what you guys think about those. Which one would you use? If you were in a hypothetical situation like a zombie apocalypse, which one do you like best? Which one do you think is best? I personally have ranked them in that order of effectiveness. And granted, different groups may use a hybrid or a combination of all of them, such as Dawn's group, which is sort of uses the hide, mentality. They also use the intimidate when they take others in, save them, and force them to work for them. Also kind of, the take there, because they'll take what they have and take what they can find, of course, elsewhere. And the assimilate to a degree for certain members, which was with her group mostly police officers. However, we don't know if all of them were cops prior to the start of the zombie apocalypse. She may have promoted some people they found to being cops as part of their group, as part of the kind of hierarchy type thing that she had set up there. So let me know what you guys think about all of that, and if you liked the video, please thumb it up below. If you have other video suggestions like this one, this was a video suggestion from a viewer, please send them to me, and I'll go ahead and make them. We've got about a month till The Walking Dead returns. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up, share it, favorite it. You guys know what to do. See you for the next one. Trev, saying peace.